Evening, VC. All right, figured I'd jump on and share a few records that I picked up today. Got out of work early for the holiday, and I knew I was interested in picking up one reissue at Lunchbox. So I swung by there, and then I also ended up swinging by Repo because there was one classical record I saw the other day that I thought about going back for. That was in the the $3 to $5 section that they've got there with a bunch of Deutsche Gramophones. So that's what I did, and I ended up coming home instead of with 2 records with 7 records because I looked through most of the used at both shops. So I was very happy to pull some of these. It's kind of a wide variety of stuff. So first up, this is the reissue that I picked up. I saw, I think it was a video of one of the record stores in Miami. It's a lady that runs and owns that shop. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Sweat Records. And she was showing all the Underworld reissues. And I was like, oh, hell, they reissued those. They're hard originals to find, even though Lunchbox now has a couple. I think probably because these reissues are out. And there's a guy from the UK that works at Lunchbox. And he's been pretty surprised to see how well these are selling. He didn't really think they'd sell all that great, but a lot of us were really into Underworld back in the day, especially like albums like Buku Fish. It's one of my favorites. Now my friend Joe's got a couple of original copies of that. I still haven't been able to find one. And they have a reissue from 2017 at Lunchbox right now that's $80 just for that reissue. But these were like $31 or $32 for double LPs, these reissues. So I picked up Oblivion with Bells. One of my favorites of theirs is like their 7th album. The original CD I got when it came out has a DVD bonus disc, which is really cool. But this is a very well pressed record. It's a beautiful gatefold. And we'll show you the records are in nice inners. And I'm trying to remember the label. Distributed by Virgin, but it's a odd label that put this out. But yeah, great down tempo, progressive house leaning stuff. But Underworld was really kind of their own thing. They stood out to me. I mean, with Orb and Orbital, like those in Underworld were kind of the 3 that I gravitated to in this idiom. Back in the 90s into the early 2000s. So yeah, Underworld, Oblivion with Bells. Really stoked to see this get a really nice reissue. This will be all I ever need for that as far as on vinyl. So yeah, I went around Lunchbox looking at the used. Hadn't been in there in a little bit. And found this in the experimental section on the Vega label from 1958, French pressing, original, Présence de la musique contemporaine or contemporaine. It's French. My French is freaking horrible, but yeah, it's got a tip-on jacket. We'll show you the label. A lot of great composers on this, including Messiaen, which I've been hoping to find some of his stuff. I know Sherv's a big fan. So yeah, this is a lot of great composers on here. Luciano Berio is on here. Pierre Boulez, Stockhausen, Messiaen, and directed by Boulez. So yeah, looking forward to getting into this. This should be excellent avant, experimental, classical from all those composers, all on one record. And that was super cheap. And then this was, I think this was like $10 or $12. An Elvin Jones record I didn't have on Blue Note, Merry Go Round. Had been looking for a nice clean copy of this, so here it is. It's a top loader, which is interesting. I don't have any other Blue Notes that are top loaders, but it still has the original insert. and it does have the original bag. And it's not the first label from the original year, but the second label in the same year when they switched over to this Division of United Artists label. Yeah, should be a killer band on here with him. Merry-Go-Round, Evan Jones, one of the baddest ass drummers of all time. Yeah, there's Gene Perla's on this, Steve Grossman, Frank Foster. A lot of players. This should be really good. One of Alvin's later Blue Notes. Happy to pick that up cheap. There's a couple other Elvin Jones I still need to find. But yeah, just I see them out and about, I'll pick them up. So yeah, then I went over to Repo. And I always go through the new arrivals first. And there were some interesting things, and then I saw this. And I saw the price, and it was $24, which is a really great price. And it was still in the original shrink. The shrink was a little, that wrinkly old 70s shrink, and so I got rid of it. I tore it off. And you've got a pretty minty record here. And this is one that I found in Denver, one of my favorite finds while I was in Denver. But that copy is a little bit rough. This is a mint copy of Mary Clayton on the Ode label, you know, with her doing Southern Man to open things. Look at this, just a stunning copy. And it has the original inner bag, which my other copy didn't. So yeah, this is a major upgrade for me. Just a beautiful copy. I'd love to find her record that came out before this, the Gimme Shelter, but you know, to get a minty copy of this one is for the price I got it for, which was about $16 less than I think the other one in Denver was $39. So yeah, $40. That's a heck of a score right there. And I'll swap out my other copy. And then I was kind of surprised to see this sitting in the front of the bins. Robbie Basho, Art of the Acoustic Steel String Guitar 6 and 12. This originally came out on Windham Hill. This is a Lost Lake Arts reissue from '82. This is the copy that was pressed at RTI, so this should sound really freaking great. Some primitive guitar. Yeah. Robbie Basho. Acoustic steel string guitar 6 and 12. I mean, that looks relatively clean on the vinyl too, like super clean, which is what you want with these kind of just acoustic guitar records. There you go. Robbie Basho that I did not have for cheap. I think that was like $12. And then this was sitting in there not priced, and I think Steve ended up pricing it $14 for me. But this is a record I missed out on. I'm pretty sure Teddy sent me a link to Bandcamp to get it, and I screwed around and didn't. But yeah, for $14 I picked up Patrick Shiroshi, Hidemi. Yeah, great free jazz saxophonist from Los Angeles. And I guess this is a picture of his father and grandfather on the cover, which is really cool. This has an insert and a heavy duty piece of vinyl. Just plain black. With the interesting labels there, how they did the writing on there. Let's see what this insert has here. This is artwork on the insert. Yeah, really cool artwork on that insert. So we'll get into this. Hype sticker says, saxophone suites played by Los Angeles musician meditating on his grandfather's life after living in California's internment camps for Japanese Americans. This might be pretty intense. So yeah, looking forward to getting into this one this weekend. Got a nice long weekend to jam some records and some nice new finds here. And then I've got the record I went in there to pick up out of the classical section. I had picked up a Bartok record prior, and there was another one in there, and I don't know why I passed on it to begin with. I was like, I need to go back and get it. So it's a Bela Bartok concert for orchestra. This is the Berlin Philharmonic, and it's Mazel is conducting. This is an 81 German original on Deutsche Grammophon, and still the original shrink, just dead mint copy. Beautiful. This will be some really good stuff. So yeah, those are the finds from Lunchbox and Repo today. Kind of start the weekend off properly. Hope you're all well. Peace.